Hello everybody, my name is Justin Armstead. I'm making this video, I'm making another coming out story. This video will probably be more in depth than my last coming out story. But I just want to tell you guys the time that I first came out to my parents. It was in 2009, and that was a time when As the World Turned had Luke and Noah. It was a LGBT couple on As the World Turns. It was a soap opera, if you guys have never watched it. And I used to watch it all the time with my mama. But I decided to come out in 2009. I was, 13? I was 13 at the time. And, and let me just say, and you're going through so much emotions before you do the coming out process, because you don't know how people will react. Your family, your friends, complete strangers, you really don't know what their reaction will be until the day comes when you finally ask, when you finally tell about your coming out story to your parents or friends. But I remember coming out to my mama for the first time, and that was in 2009. It was, I want to say about 4 months before she passed away. And let me just say, it was very hard on me because at the time, that December of 2008, I remember Christmas morning getting up, and she said that this would be her last year with me. And it was. 6 months later, she passed away. She fell and broke her neck. And it was sad and heartbreaking. I'm going to say that for another video, because that would, be an interesting video to talk about. But I remember coming out, and, I come from a Christian background. They did not take it too serious. They did not take it too, loving and caring about it. They denied the fact that I was gay. They said that they didn't have a gay son and all this kind of stuff. And it kind of broke my heart, because, people telling you what you're not and how you gonna live, it's very heartbreaking. To finally come out and to get knocked down and pushed back in the closet just because you love the same sex. And it's heartbreaking. But I came out to my mama first because, I spent more time with my mama than I did with my daddy. And we had a closer bond than me and my dad. So I decided to just come out to her first. And then at the time I came out to my father, I faced the same reaction as with my mama. Denial, saying that he didn't have a gay son. And, after she passed away in 2009, I decided, to live life to the fullest. Because, we cannot continue on living life and being unaccepted for who we are, and to deny ourselves. And it's heartbreaking to see a person have to deny themselves just because they love the same sex. Nobody should have to deny themselves just because of something like that. It's ridiculous. We all deserve love and happiness, regardless of who we are, regardless of what other people think of us. And I understand religion takes a part, but guess what? At the end, you have to choose between your son or daughter, or even both, versus religion. Which one's more important to you? The person that came out of your womb, or a religion that you just worship because you were taught to worship? And after I came out the second time, I told my dad again, and I faced the same rejection. But I can say my father and my mother never did give up on me. Regardless afterwards that I told them. And that was a great thing. But it still broke me to not feel accepted by both of them. But at the end, I figured that we cannot worry about what other people accept in us. We have to worry about our self-acceptance first before others can accept us as us. So always be you, and that's my goal in life, to always spread message of love, hope, and change, because I was once there. I was once feeling that I was nothing, that I was an embarrassment to my family, that I did not belong here. that something was wrong with me. But guess what? Nothing is wrong with you. You're perfect just the way you are. And love matters. And the main thing is you love other people, regardless of their race, their gender, their sexual orientation. Just love. That's the main thing. And you shouldn't have to hide, if you love the same sex, you shouldn't have to hide it from your family or friends. Because guess what? That's you, and that's what makes you special. And also, I remember getting picked on in school just because I love the same sex. I remember a bunch of guys and girls, they would sit across from the classroom and laugh about me because I have a female voice, that my weight, because I have a lazy eye muscle. But guess what? What defines us is what we define ourselves. And differences should be embraced and accepted no matter what. Nobody should have to feel rejected just because they're different. But yeah, I remember getting picked on all the time because of it. But guess what? That stopped. Because when you stop caring what other people think of you and do you won't have time to worry about what other people say. Because at the end, you're doing what you want. And I know it sounds harsh, but guess what? At the very end, it's self-acceptance first. Because, I can go out here and say, well, I'm going to be accepted regardless of what other people think. But that's not the case. Other people's going to make fun of you. Other people's going to talk about you and all this kind of stuff. But guess what? If you knock all that stuff out and accept and love yourself, who can be your enemy? You're you. You're special. I know it sounds like I'm saying the same thing over and over, but I want people to feel loved and accepted for everybody and for themselves, because that is what our youth and our teens. I don't want them to live in a world fear of rejection from their parents just because they come out of the closet, just because they come out as gay or lesbian, bisexual, transgender. People shouldn't have to feel that way. And it's sad that we have religion today that is telling people, oh, well, you need to pray for your child, to pray the gay away. Guess what? A lot of people have already went through that process, and you cannot pray the gay away. But you can pray for love. And for love, that means for everybody, of love and compassion, regardless of their gender, regardless of who they love. That's what we need to pray for. We need to pray for other people to be loved instead of judgmental and all this kind of stuff. Let's love and accept others. Because, I don't want people to have the same fear that I was going through when I was 13 years old. I am 24 now, and I love and accept myself for regardless of what other people say. Because at the end, what they say don't define me. I define my own self, and that's what I want you guys to do. That's what I want you to pick up from this. I want you to define yourself, to define your journey in life. Everybody has a journey. Everybody has a life. It's what you make of it. So always be there for other people when they need help. If they need advice on coming out, give them the advice of love and hope, and pray for them that they will find their love regardless of their race. Regardless of their gender or race even. But we need to pray that for our nation, that our parents, our friends, our strangers come together and accept and love the people of the LGBT community. Because that's what we need now. We don't need somebody that's praying hate. We don't need that. We need to pray love. And by me giving my testimony today, that's what should happen. We should be embracing love and compassion towards one another. And I'm seeing that failing in our country and in our world today. But yeah, I remember being made fun of, talking about, people used to poke pencils at me because of my weight. But guess what? I didn't let that define me, and neither should you. You should not let what other people do or say to you define you. You should define yourself and your dreams in life and chase after them. And only you can do that. So I love you guys. Don't forget to like this video. Give it a, I already said, like the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that bell notification to let you know when I'm on next. I love you. Stay strong, and be you. I love you.